kingfish jigging style. Whoa, he doesn't like that.
Good fish.
It's always good when you anchor on a spot and you see the fish, and we've got a really big run out tide at the moment. And we're off Mornington, obviously, in 21 metres of water. There he comes now. Yep. 5-inch grub, my absolute favourite plastic out here in Port Phillip Bay. He's absolutely nailed that on a 1/2 ounce jig head and a 5-inch grub in the shine.
Oh, madness. And of course, when one goes, they all go. Welcome to Melbourne. Oh, jeez. He's doing a bit of navigating here, this little fella. Just might move that other one up out of the way there, Alex. Just grab that, mate, because I reckon he's going to, jeez, go for sure. Yep, he's having a crack. They're having a big crack. I'm just going to try and drag him away from those other rods we've got there. And what we're hoping now is for the school to come through, grab another 1 or 2 rods, more so the plastic's on the other side of the boat, and just have a bit of fun with them. Thanks, Matt. Oh, geez, he buried his head then. Really buried his melon. What? Here he... Oh.
Sorry, mate.
We've got colour, we've got
Sorry,
colour.
I just burled all over your back.
We've got colour. Here he comes, Matt.
Oh, that was the ultimate burley, that was. He's made a liar out of me, this one. He swallowed the circle hook, JK.
Do I need to turn around to the camera?
You do not want to turn around to the camera, mate.
How bad is it? How bad's that? He was thrown in the burley.
Berkeley, catch more fish. I don't think they're going to come and eat off his back, but anyway, sorry, mate.
Where are you fishing? The little fluger. He's getting a good workout. And look, we're fishing light and we're letting pretty much the fish just load up the rods. That's why we're doing it. However, if you're going to use real light, ultra light rods, like 1 to 3 kilos, just bear in mind if you get a real good big fish on, he's going to spend every single petrol ticket he's got to try and avoid getting landed. So if you're into catch and release, CNR, and if you're going to fish light, I'd probably advise against it, because that fish is going to pretty much be hard to, Maddie,
Oh, I'm over.
That's a good fish.
Oh, JK.
It's going to be hard to revive him. That's the plastic, that's the grub, and that's a good fish.
And that's the pink shine grub, to be exact. Oh, he's got a bit of weight to him,
My word, he is. He's a good fish, mate.
Oh, the other rod's going behind us as well, mate.
Oh, we're about to get young Alex.
JK, what do we got here, mate? We've got the Yabla. I get a lot of people coming on the charters that, oh baby,
That's good.
that actually come out and say to me,
I've got colour, Matt.
What sort of rod should I use? Look at that, that's a beautiful fish.
That's
Circle hook in the corner.
Yep, beautiful.
They sort of say to me, JK, what sort of rod should I use for soft plastics? And me being the dumb Maltese little short person that I am, I don't really know, because I just sort of get what you tell me to get. And what's a good well-priced outfit for someone to get from Berkeley as a soft plastic rod?
Look, anything in the drop shot range, and oh, nice fish. You got colour. Yeah, great fish, mate. A pigeon pair, mate.
So the drop shot's a good rod, is it?
Yeah, fantastic rod.
Well, I've got this fish here, mate, and I'll tell you what.
I'll get this one. This one in the bucket. I'm going to keep this one, actually. It's a nice fish.
I'm trying to keep this one, but he's just getting a bit angry, mate. Oh, look at that. That is just excellent hookup.
Drop shot 3 to 5 kilo rod. Anything in that sort of range, especially more so for Port Phillip Bay, even the bigger flathead hunters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the key word. That's what I was looking for. So 3 to 5 kilo Berkeley drop shot rod, and you probably see what I'm using here, the Saron, and that's all you need. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars. I've got 6 or 7.
Yeah, beautiful, mate.
Right, I'm just going to show you how to put the pokey on just quick.
Hey, what's that?
Are you serious? Oh, far out. You stay there. I need to show Australia something. Rightio. Oh.
He wants some attention,
He wants
mate.
some attention. Okay, it's very, very simple, guys. Okay, straight through the top, the head there. And we slide it right down. Bring the hook out just through the top of the top there. Try and get it in the center as much as you can. And then push the whole lot up. And there you have a beautiful presented soft plastic. We'll hook up the top of the bait. And all we do is we drop it straight down.
Oh, look, that other rod's still going.
I know. I'll bring it in, JK. I'll bring it in, mate.
Good on you, mate.
It's all right. And we've got the able Tasman coming in from over there. I'll tell you what, this is not a bad fish. Sorry I was so rude to you, mate, fish. But the customers and the audience need to learn something. Oh, good head. This is a good fish, Jace.
Plenty of weight?
Yeah, mate, he's a nice fish. I reckon he's probably good 2.5, 3 kilo. Nice and easy, lifting up, winding down. Close the bail arm on the plastic now. It's just about hit the bottom. Couple there now. Oh, there he is. Beautiful fish. Lovely fish. Another snapper. Oh, it's just getting way too easy in Melbourne now. You know, if you really seriously want to book a snapper charter, October, November, December, just come and experience it. We get ladies and children and elderly and all sorts of people we can accommodate for on the boat. And really, you know, where else would you rather be? See ya, mate. That's gonna load up. Oh, look at that! Look at that for a load up! Oh yes, on the what were those plastics I asked you to bring?
The pogies.
The pogie. Whoa! This is a better fish. Yeah, much better fish. Look at those head shakes, vigorous head shakes. And I tell you what, I know we say it all the time, but just leaving them down on the bottom of the bay is just almost sometimes better than working them. It's amazing, you know, like as soon as you cast it out and you start jigging it, and then you get a little bit bored, so you put it in the rod holder, 9 times out of 10, that's when it goes. But this pogie, I think it's an anchovy colour, I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive it's anchovy. We'll find out in a minute. And they've been doing just as much damage as the bait, so 3/4 ounce jig heads, nice and deep here, and just have it about 2 inches off the bottom. Go, baby, go, go, go! I think I might put this one on the Christmas table. Yeah, we've got a bit of colour there now. That's a beautiful 2.5 kilo fish. Look at that, sensational. Oh, he's absolutely smashed that grub. Come here, mate.
She's nice fish.
Oh, that's a beautiful fish, JK.
And Matty, that actually is the anchovy gulp pogie.
I'm getting it right because, you know, I've been filming with Jason for a long, long time, and I'm only new to plastics. Not new now, but fairly new. And I always used to get the colours mixed up, but I'm getting pretty good. So there you go, a pogie in the anchovy colour did the damage.
But how's the load up? How's the load up?
Oh, the load up was sensational.
Forget about it.
I said I was going to eat you for Christmas, but I'm feeling really good today. I'm going to let you go. Hooked in the corner of the jaw is a perfect fish to let go. So. And he is absolutely gone like last week's bait. There he goes. Didn't know where he was for a minute there, and then he just took off.
Matty, I'm just getting a rattle on this middle rod here. It just sort of seems you get one, I get one. It's ironic. It's actually uncanny how it goes.
Yeah, you just don't know what corner it's going to happen, do you? It's all over the place. Now this anchovy grub plastic, mate, is chewed up, but there's none left, so I'm going to reuse it.
Rehash the bait.
It's absolutely been nailed. Oh, over here. Have a look at that. I'm not even touching it. It's screaming in the rod holder. Look at that. Look at that. Why pick it up? That's more fun than catching it. Look at it, still going. I dare say this fish will be a male and he'll have a hump on his nose. I wouldn't put my bottom dollar on it, but usually when they're up high, they're usually males and they've got that beautiful bump on their nose. So let's see if I'm right. Oh, I think I might have. This is Jace. This is a good fish.
Yeah, I think mine's going to be about half the size of yours.
That run in the rod holder went for. Oh, I mean, well, you saw it, and we obviously. I think we were rolling on the other side there, and she absolutely just annihilated the bait. Oh, this is a lovely fish. Absolutely. I think I might get the net for this one, Alex. Yep. Have a look at the nose, hey? Oh, he's only just hooked by a little piece of skin, Alex. Come on, mate. Mate, he's hooked by literally, and I'll tell you now, I was exactly right in what I said. You wait till you see the nose on this thing. Now, you might think I'm crazy.
Oh, great fish.
You might think I'm crazy, but did I call that?
Well, I'm embarrassed about showing this one. Normally that's a keeper. What a great fish you did, Matt. That's why you're the genie in the Fishing Trip Legends book.
Mate, I absolutely... there he goes.
Where's his milk?
Okay, I've got to show Australia the nose. See the nose? A typical nose, which is caused from... you can actually see all the sores on it. I don't know how close the camera can get in, but that's from getting mussels off rocks and all that sort of stuff. And remember that, if they're up high and they go hard, they're good males.
G'day viewers, I'm Rick Massey from Strike Pro. Today we're going to talk about a new lure that's been introduced to the Strike Pro range called the Sprat Stick. The Sprat Stick is a unique lure. It's a bibless lure. It actually doesn't have a plastic bib on the front of the lure, which you'll see on most lures that makes the lure dive down. This basically has a brass weight system in it underneath, so when you cast it out and it sinks, it has a vibration on the way down. The unique thing with this lure though is when we show some techniques to you shortly, I can cast this lure out, hold the rod at 45-degree angle and actually work it across the surface as a surface walker. This is exceptional when you're fishing oyster racks, whether they be in Tasmania, right up north through northern New South Wales and Queensland, or where you're trying to imitate prawns, where the prawns are running in estuaries, you can use a surface walker across the top to imitate the prawns. Now with this lure, once you cast this lure out, one of the things that you can do is if we're fishing vertical structure or against a floating pontoon, I'd throw that parallel against the pontoon. I'd just slowly let that sink down, pick up the slack. Then we can do a couple little retrieval techniques where one is where we're just giving the rod just a quite light flick up. You don't need to impart a lot of action with the rod tip on this particular lure to give it action. The other retrieve that we can do is where we actually point the rod tip at 45 degrees down and then just slowly twitch that lure in a backwards motion back towards your body. Again, you don't need to actually impart huge rips with this lure. With this lure, it only needs a very slight amount of action to impart action in the lure. It will depend on where you're fishing to how you want that lure to be retrieved. If we're fishing in areas where we want the lure to come up in the water column, the lift retrieve will be beneficial. Where you're fishing over weed beds and you want the lure to stay close to the bottom, I find that it's best just to give the rod tip a twitch back towards you. That way it keeps the lure skipping closer to the bottom rather than lifting through the water column. One of the other techniques that works very well with this lure though is, apart from this lift retrieve, is, as I explained before, the walk the dog style action with this lure. What we simply do then with that is we cast the lure out. As soon as it hits the water, we don't want that lure to sink because we're going to work it across the surface. What we're basically doing is holding the rod tip up at 45 degrees, slowly picking up the slack on the reel to bring that lure up to the top, and then just giving it a slight twitch like so. Very, very slight. And what that does is that brings the lure right to the surface. By giving it that slight twitch, it then just imparts this nice darting action across the surface, which looks a lot like a prawn. And you'll find in particular with brim, they find that irresistible. You'll find in particular fishing areas up in northern New South Wales, southern Queensland, Tasmania, where you're fishing across the top of oyster racks, that technique is deadly. It'll also work very well where you're fishing in areas where there's thick weed with only a foot or so of cover of water covering the tops of those weed beds. You can then work that lure through those shallow regions without it snagging. And a lot of the brim and flathead and species like that, they hide in the weed and they'll see that lure skidding across the top and they'll come out and whack it on the way through. Viewers, well that was the Strike Pro Sprat Stick. A very unique lure with a unique action, but deadly on estuarine species and also freshwater species. I'm Rick Massey from Strike Pro. I'll see you next week with some more hot lure tips.